So we are gonna react to the League of Legends preseason changes. So let's see what they have. Usually whenever a new season starts, they update the game, they put a ton of new content in, and I want to see what we get out of that. State of the game. Oh god, they're gonna talk about a lot of things that are wrong.
Overall, we're pretty happy with the state of League this season. But before we get into the details, let's dive into a topic that's been pretty...
Honestly, she's right. I had moments in the game or in past seasons where it was really hard to just play the game because some kits, some builds, some champions were just always overpowered. Also, I feel like with the newer champions that they release, they are slightly overpowered when they come out, but they manage to get them right most of the time. Kits are also very different because you gotta think, I have about 150 plus champions in the game, and they still manage to make stuff that is very unique, which I really like.
When we look at the data, we actually see that new champions have been pretty balanced on release this year, with the
Thank you, Riot.
exception of Dr. Mundo. That said, there's more to healthy gameplay than just win rates, and we're still hearing that new champions feel unfair to play against.
I feel like that has also to do with the fact that like new champions, they have to try things that they never tried before. For example, champions that can literally revive their teammates. Of course, it's going to be harder to play against that because you've never seen something like that, and you don't have a comparable playstyle, right? If they would do similar things, you would be like, okay, this new champion behaves like Dr. Mundo, behaves like Jhin, whatever. So you have some comparison.
If we're being completely honest, we don't think our champions have overloaded kits overall.
Her saying that reminds me so much of Blizzard saying, don't you guys have phones?
But we want to get to a spot where new champions aren't just numerically balanced, but that you all feel they're fair to play against.
That is one of the hardest
Beyond
things to
new
do.
champion releases, this season we've seen a wide variety of picks in every role.
The fact that they made top lane a lot funnier to play is also something I can really appreciate. I remember days when top lane was just its own island. Literally nothing was going on in that lane. Preseason 2022. What interesting, crazy things are they coming up with? From what I've heard so far, I'm expecting map changes. Maybe some champions that are easier to play. Some easier kits for newer players as well. Main win mechanics like Baron and Dragons. Let's see.
Oh wow. With our plans for items. While some champions and classes have lots of build options, we've still got others that don't feel like they've got a mythic or legendary that really speaks to them.
More items?
So we're going to be adding some new items and tweaking some others.
That is interesting because last season they reworked the entire item system, which I loved. That was a really good upgrade, right? Because all the new items enabled a million new playstyles for certain champions. I didn't think that they would do that again. I didn't think they would bring in more items.
This will include 2 new mythic items. The first one is a support tank item, perfect for champions that want to get aggressive and charge into the middle of a fight.
I'm afraid.
When you
Being an ADC main, I hate this. Better supports that can play more aggressive. EA.
A new mythic item is built for mages who are looking for a little more survivability.
Okay, that I like.
Damage reduction that lingers for a few seconds after you
That
get
is
hit.
crazy good.
And while the protection holds, you'll also get ability haste.
This makes mage mid laners a lot more viable, like very squishy ones. Because usually very squishy mage champions that deal a lot of damage are cleared very easily. Like in late game fights, they die immediately, almost immediately. The only thing that protects them is their Zonia. But that can be down a lot of times.
When we updated League's item system, we wanted to give every champion strategic choices in every game.
They're gonna make a specific item for Yuumi to be even more passive. A mythic item that automatically activates her abilities. Let's go.
We think it's okay if some champions build the same legendary in most
Yuumi's
games
fun.
if it's a perfect fit. But we also want you to have plenty of options, which is why we're improving legendaries for mages, assassins, and tanks.
Good choice. You want to build your mythic, which defines your playstyle. But there's also items below that. They increase the impact these items have, and thus also the playstyles players can and cannot play.
A new legendary item that gives ability haste.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
Refunds a portion of their ult.
That was brutal. That Nami. I need to watch that back. Look at how confused the Nami was. She was standing still for so long.
Tanks that can never get enough mana will be happy with a new legendary item that grants bonus health based on total mana.
Oh, Maokai! They're gonna make certain champions that are never played so much fun.
Tired of being denied their hard-earned kills can rejoice. They'll be receiving a new legendary that grants magic pen against recently shielded enemies.
Ha! I love that. That's funny. They buff burst mages, which is a really cool thing. I like to see that.
We feel the inspiration tree's identity has been pretty unclear.
Yeah.
We'd like to broaden its keystone use cases.
Let me just explain that real quick to people that are not so familiar with the game. They had certain rune trees that you could choose. You had one for damage, one for maybe cooldown reduction and assassination, and the inspiration was more of a utility tree. But that utility tree had a million different things. Whenever I looked at it, it was like, okay, 2 of those things are good for most of the champions, and the rest can just be thrown out of the window. I like that they're clearly defining this, so whenever I want to choose that tree, I know exactly why I choose the tree.
Champion bounties give teams who are behind a way to get back into the game without being a straight shot to victory.
Oh, that's the bounties. Oh, wait, they just jumped to bounties. What the fuck?
Objective bounties will work like champion bounties.
Okay.
Except you cash them in by taking map objectives, like towers or Baron. They ramp up slowly when the enemy team lead grows, and the bounty is shared with your whole team, regardless of who claimed it.
That makes the game so much nicer. So in the recent years, League of Legends has been going into the direction where getting objectives is much more important than it was way back when. Way back when, Dragon was just a little bit of gold. Now, Dragon is game defining. More damage, more tankiness, more cooldown reduction, more speed. And the fact that they add bounty to these targets makes it much more important for teams that are behind, or for also teams that are not as good. Usually when they kill the entire enemy team by sheer accident or just by outplaying them, they just rush and get towers and stuff like that. But giving bounties to certain objectives makes them focus on these objectives more because they get more out of it.
Taking objectives really is the best way to come back when you're behind. So
That's
we want
very
to
true.
help make that a clearer and more rewarding strategy.
How am I saying the things that they also say?
Being the better team should always get you a win.
Okay,
So we'll be
nice.
watching the new bounty system closely to keep things in check.
I'm glad that they do that.
Finally, let's talk about our biggest addition this preseason.
Oh god.
Dragons.
Why is he saying it as if it were something new? They added dragons like 4 seasons ago, and now they just make, oh yeah, we have more dragons.
We really like how each dragon creates unique terrain, grants powerful buffs, and adds
Okay.
more strategy to the mid.
Yeah, that's actually nice.
So this preseason, we're adding 2 more.
2 more dragons? Oh shit. They're just like, you know what? You know what'd be funny to add? Dragons. Jake, what you got on that paper? Dragons. Oh my god, that's
Up
genius.
first is the Hextech Dragon.
Oh wow,
When your
okay.
team defeats it, you'll all gain additional ability haste and attack speed.
What the fuck? Hi.
And if
I
you
love
claim a
that.
soul, you'll receive a chain slow that works kind of like Static Shiv's passive. When this
I love
dragon
that.
moves over the rift, it creates Hextech gates that can transport you to set locations
What?
across the map.
Gates? Holy
Second dragon
shit.
joining the party
Okay.
is Hextech's darker sibling, the Chemtech Drake.
What the
When you slay it,
fuck?
Your team will deal increased damage when your HP is low, letting you
That's
turn around
fucked up.
those close team fights. This dragon soul provides a second chance at life. Well,
You
sort of.
die?
When
And
you
you don't-
die, you'll enter a zombie state, where you can still
They just give silent passive to everybody. Are you crazy? I love that. That has such a big impact on gameplay. League of Legends Portal 2 Electric Boogaloo. That's, oh my god, I love that. And then Science
abilities and
passive.
continue fighting when you'd normally be looking at a gray screen.
What is happening with Sion then? Will he die, have his passive, then die again, and have his passive again?
And when the Chemtech Dragon putrefies the map, it creates camouflage zones in fixed locations.
Camouflage?
These dragons might seem more impactful than the current one.
Are you telling me I can be hidden in that area, like an entire red buff area? That is crazy fun. I'm a big fan of this change. And they always try to come up with the craziest ideas to just make the game better. Whenever a new season comes out, a lot of people say, oh, new items, that's bullshit. New dragons? What the fuck? What's wrong with the old dragon? I totally get that. A lot of people see these and they're like, oh my god, this is gonna be OP. How am I gonna get used to this? This is so much, right? They just do way too much. But then when people play it, it's just gonna ease in very nicely. It's always been the case. I've witnessed this a million times.
Our goal is to add more unique encounters and meaningful... And, well, they are.
Is he flirting with us? I'm actually confused. Challenges? Okay, let's see.
Something we've heard from all of you is that you'd like more ways to express yourself. For some of you, ranked is how you define your progress. And that's
Yes.
great. We don't want to change that. But for those
like
of you
that.
who aren't focused on the rate climb, there aren't great ways to express your own progress.
That is true. Whenever I wanted to feel like I'm doing something in League of Legends, I mainly play rank because if I win, it feels like I made progress. Also, it adds so much more weight to what I'm doing right now and to the place I make.
Challenges rank up over time, showcasing your increasing mastery and legacy
Okay.
across a bunch of different systems.
Let us look what we have. Innovation, expertise, teamwork. Okay, so this is basically a ranking system for how good you play. Because if you look at it, you have the certain defining playstyles below me, like how much money you get, how much teamwork you have. Hella damage! I love that. So this is basically how they do it. You get a rank. You basically rank up in normal games. I am a big fan of that. I always felt like normal games were just a waste of time. This way, normal games could be more fun to play. You're not into ranks? How about off-brand rank?
We want to highlight not just your rank and champion mastery, but also your inventiveness.
This is beautiful. In the last 2 years, I haven't played as much League as I used to. I felt like I've seen everything. I felt like I had everything. This makes me want to just go back in and experience all these new things again. Game modes!
Some of you have asked why we just don't bring back some of our other older game modes.
I love this game mode. Whenever they just took events and added game modes for them, and you could get skins out of it, and you could just have fun with your friends, that was one of the best times I had in League of Legends with other people.
Is that bringing back old modes isn't as easy as flipping a switch. League is constantly changing, which means all of our existing modes require constant upkeep. Because of upkeep like this, we have to be very selective about the modes we maintain. And right now, there are just too few popular modes that feel worth the investment.
I know this sounds very stupid, but as a game developer, I have to say I totally understand them. Balancing a game is a crazy amount of work, even for a game that only has like 5 mechanics.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope you're enjoying Worlds as much as we are. And for any pros watching, once again, please pick a Mumu.
Why would anybody pick a Mumu? Anyway, I kind of like the new changes. I'm excited about League of Legends. Nice, that was it.